Hi there, here from Germany, Lower Saxony. I'm real shaman, martial arts master. Yeah, multiple chemical sensitive. I tell this because this is the reason for my channel. My reason for that video, for this video is, yeah, the discussion about Jean-Claude Van Damme, Bloodsport, etc., all his movies. And I saw yesterday and today interviews in Viking channel in YouTube about the real Bloodsport, the real Kumite, and that after I saw, or I've seen, or however you wanna have it, the many speeches about Jean-Claude Van Damme. Steven Seagal was very hard words. Michael J. White very clearly says Jean-Claude Van Damme is not a real fighter. And Don Wilson, the Dragon, I never saw a movie from him. And after the interview from him by Vikings, I will not look one of the movies because he's said by himself that realistic, very realistic words. The movie world is one world. The real fighting world is the real world. And many fights in movies, even his own, he says it was not even realistic, real techniques, kicks. And Scott Adkins even too says this about the jumping spinning kick, hook kick, or jumping spinning kick, like Van Damme, it's jumping in a split. And myself, I'm trained again after waves of training, many years not really hard trained. I knew this. I've started in my youth with jiu-jitsu. At the beginning, the first 1 year, maybe 2 years, it was very hard training, not full contact. Sometimes it was half contact, and with the master I had even some fights, and in 1 or 2, no, it was 3 fights, I've said, hey, let's kick real full contact. And he was so good trained, he kicks me some minimum 3 times. I was breathless. Not only it was not routine for me, he kicked in the Solaris, the power system of the body, and it's absolutely logic. You can't breathe at least a minute. And in floating of the time, it was the training more and more softly, because the leaders of the club, it was in a police club, said we cannot do the training so hard, the members running away. So it came the time I'm gone too, because I don't want to play tennis, I want to be learning fighting and defend me. And at the time, Michael J. White said Jean-Claude Van Damme is not a real fighter. I believe this. Don the Dragon said he was fuck. Come on, let's fight. And Jean-Claude, no, said no. A splitting, jumping hook kick, jumping spinning kick in split. I myself tried a little bit to do that. I cannot jump in split because not the muscles. I'm not so flexible in split, in jumping, and the front of split I get into 80%, not further. In my youth there was a full split, and I didn't ordered that. I didn't train that. And so, but I can problemless. I've trained that 2 years. Jumping, spinning hook kick and turning back kick into head, no problem, and very hard and very fast. But I know through the words of Scott Atkins and my own experience that the splitting spinning kick is absolute unreal. It's good for movies, nothing more. Don the Dragon says this even. At the youth, I was asking me, is that a real fighter? No retreat, no surrender, hard target, nowhere to run, cyborg, Bloodsport, time cop, kickboxer and some others. I've heard in the German press, in the time not the internet was so active like today. It must be in, I don't know, maybe at the beginning at the 2000. In the press, Jean-Claude handling women like shit, sexist. People on the set, he hit him, he handling him with hard words, and he became unlikely. In the movie No Retreat, No Surrender, in an interview I heard he beat his movie partners, his set partners, in real. A real master don't do this. And the black fighter in the ring at the end fight, it's the only movie, even today, and many others said that that was the only time when Van Damme could be taken for real and fight. But that, a spinning back kick, a spinning split hook kick, so how he did this to the black man, I said, here, it's fucking dangerous. And this was the only movie I would take him for serious. But all others, I was asking, is he a real fighter? And many real fighters, even Steven Seagal, but he was very serious and very angry that he is only a movie fighter. And what is a movie fighter? Even in Germany, there are many voices who don't want to break down that legend of a movie hero Van Damme. If they hear the truth, it's in that way, I must say, as like I breaking down the hero world of, I say like it sounds, Winnetou and Old Shatterhand. Karl May, a German liar about the true Native American history. That is even under Karl May historians. They know that Karl May was influenced his stories with Christian values. This is nothing real of Native Americans. And far more of this, nothing real in the movies of Apaches, Chihuahua, nothing of that. It's an absolutely, it's schizophrenic stories. The German thinks, the fans of him, that Van Damme is a real fighter. And it's not. They think, oh, he's a real hard fighter, many championships. No. Since Don the Dragon, it says, I know that Van Damme only won championship, and Don says that a real fighter only then come through, be visible, if he has many until minimum 10 fights in championships, constantly. Continue. In some movies I saw with Hard Targets, Nowhere to Run, Cyborg, Bloodsport, Time Cop, Kickboxer, and a few more. It was open to see, clearly to see, that that cannot be real. This is a split does not impress me. Muscles. Bruce Lee says that, and some other masters. You cannot make bodybuilding and be a real good martial arts and flexible legs together. It's impossible. And my own experience is, the more I trained my legs, power and splitting. There was a time in the gone year 22, I needed 1 minute to get into split. After I was very easy, came into split. And then I needed a minute. Today, the body can easily, continually trained. And people think and fights each other like an enemy to hold on this hero picture that is not real, even in Germany. And many fighters, Scott Adkins, Michael J. White, Don the Dragon, and some more say that, especially about Bloodsport, Frank Dux, what really is behind that movie. A real ninjutsu master, a real ninja, not outside, who came through an inviting in this committee. No, he was a member of the Black Dragon community. And in that case, Frank Dux was trained by him, and because of this way, he was representing Frank Dux ninjutsu family in the committee, and 300 fighters against each other. And in sight of that reality, the movie Bloodsport finally for me exploding like a bubble. Before that already I knew the fights like in martial arts ring very slowly. I saw yesterday while the interviews with Frank Dux again some fights and I thought fucking slow for a comedy of the best 300 of the world. God, no, not a bit real. Especially Van Damme as Frank Dux and the Stones with a Dimac, and Van Damme never could do this. No. I know now, even in USA and other countries, it's the same problem like in Germany. The people wanna hardly believe that this movie version of Bloodsport would be real. And it's a fucking fake. This is, for me, this movie is absolutely worthless. It's unreal because in my own experience, since I train very hard, getting fast, hard, and I know how hard it is to train this. It takes years. And if the masters take 75 miles for a kick, so 150 kilometers per hour for one kick, it's like you swing with a nunchaku or with a stick, then this movie is absolute, I must say, rubbish. It's so many movies. The masters say a movie is a movie and reality is absolutely different. Some movies, in that case I must say John Wick, the movies are trained mostly real looking and real fighting jiu-jitsu. I've started with jiu-jitsu. I know how this must see look in the fights, how that must be. I'm missing some techniques, but if some guys like Scott Adkins says, even about the new knife fights, which must be very good and mostly realistic, trained for look real, already almost real, besides the fact in the part 3 the passage, the glass vitrines full of weapons, like Scott Adkins says, if you hit into the glass, in real glass, they would cut their arms and hands. But not all vitrines have real glass. I've said grass, oh my god. I wanted to say that in Germany it's the same problem, and there are people, they see Bloodsport and Van Damme real as it is, and others, they want to hardly not break their idol. For me, is never what was an idol. Because so slowly kicking and this movie art jumping, especially in a kickboxer, like real kickboxers in the channel insiders say, this techniques, it should be looking good and nothing else. This is always must make a difference what is real on that movies and what not. That makes that don't look many movies of martial arts because it's unreal. A real fight, I don't even remember who says that. If it was Jet Li, Donnie Yen, Jackie Chan, I don't remember. who this said, but I know that a real fight would never be a minute or 30 seconds. If one of them knows really good how to defend. And after a kick, especially a spinning hook kick, from my own experience, last 1-2 years, if you do this, your enemy is down. In Bloodsport, 4-5 times he's jumping. This is bullshit, is this? You do this one time and Zhongli is done. With the real power of this kick, he's dead because it's breaking his neck. And this is in my youth, I don't know. Is this real? Can they real so fighting? The first time I heard this is bullshit was from a student of a ninja fight club. This was the 80s or beginning the 90s. These people came from Iraq there during the war. His younger brother was a friend at that time, and we thought this is real, and he says, "You think this is real? This? No." And even some ninja movies, Shokoshugi, even Cho said he is a real ninja, but his movies only entertainment ninja, but it's movies. He speak very, very carefully, and in real it doesn't look so. And the student of the master says, "This movies, nah. Most forget it, lesser, okay. Shokoshugi, okay, he is a real, but the movies mostly not really believable, and wrong picture of ninjas." Yeah, I think that's enough for this. Enjoy it. I'm from Germany, and I've learned the one is to make many push-ups, many sit-ups, but starting not even fight each other. A boxing bag filled with wood or gum. I started to feel what it's like to hit or to kick, the condition. In the movies, the more we learn, the more we ask what is real and what is fake. So we came into the reality of the movie world of Eastern, of martial arts. That from Germany, dear greetings. Maybe until the next video.